Intelligence Committee joins us now. Sir, welcome to you, and thank you for being here. First up, we are about to hear from the White House through this White House press briefing. It's set to begin any moment now. What is the message that needs to be conveyed to the world now about our involvement in all of this?
Well, I think we need to make sure that people understand that we are standing resolutely with Israel, but ultimately Israel is its own nation. They're going to make decisions based on their own interests. They're our strongest and best and most enduring ally in the region. But you also need to understand that the Gulf states recognize this threat as well, that Iran has been a regional hegemon for a long time, and Israel has reached a point at which they have to take action. There is obviously a wide range of thoughts over how we should proceed as a nation coming from members of Congress. Here's some of the differing views on Iran. Listen.
I want to see someone finish the job, whether it's Israel, whether it's the United States of America. We have been dealing with these Islamic terrorists for 43 years.
The United States engaging in a war against Iran, a third war in the Middle East since 2001, would be a catastrophic blunder for this country.
The moment to eliminate the threat is now, and I fully support the president in doing so.
So now I guess the biggest question right now is what will come from this White House and how will the president proceed?
Well, we're waiting on that decision to be made. Whether or not he'll come right out and say, here's what I'm going to do, remains to be seen. However, the president does have the authority to take action. Under the War Powers Act, he would be required to come in within 48 hours of committing ground troops or U.S. troops. He would be required to come in and notify Congress, and then he would only have 60 days to either continue to operate or bring those troops home without any declaration of either an authorization of use of military force or declaration of war. But we're not talking about committing ground troops. We're talking about a strike. This has been done in the last 25 plus years by multiple presidents who were governed by the 1973 War Powers Act. Think about the Clinton administration, who routinely launched missile strikes on targets in places like Sudan, Afghanistan, Iraq, and others, without coming and asking Congress's permission, because he had the executive authority to do it. Now, if he had committed troops, that would be different. So we're talking about a little bit of an apples and oranges comparison as to what the president's actions are. But I don't think he's going to come out in a press conference and say, hey, guess what? I'm going to drop some bunker busters. That seems to be the conventional wisdom here, because we're trying to take out a hardened target like Fordow. But it remains to be seen what his decision will be, and he may not tell us what that decision is.
Perhaps there's more groundwork that needs to be done for him to actually make the decision. That's the suggestion from General Jack Keane, who suggested Trump's waiting for assets to be fully prepared in the region before he actually decides on what's next. Listen.
To have the assets there, the offensive assets, not just the defensive assets, to conduct a counterstrike against Iran if they take on U.S. troops at our bases. So that is taking a little bit longer to get those assets into the region. I think that's one of the reasons why this action hasn't taken place. We want to make certain that we're ready for all the options in front of us.
There's also this concept of regime change, Congressman, and this was the Israeli foreign minister earlier today on the ground in Israel when asked if Israel is seeking regime change as one of its goals. Listen.
It is not, at least until now, one of the goals that the Security Cabinet had stated. The goals are connected to the nuclear program, to the ballistic missiles program.
So not at least right now, not one of the goals. I get your reaction to that, sir.
Well, regime change could be a byproduct of this, and their stated goals were pretty clear, and that is to take out the ballistic missile threat and to take out their nuclear capability, and that's what they're exercising on right now. Could regime change come? Yeah, that's very possible. I think the Iranian people are as excited to see a new regime as anybody else in the world would be, because they've been oppressed by this regime since 1979. And so while that's not a stated goal, it certainly could be a beneficial byproduct of these strikes.
Sir, thank you so much for joining us. We are awaiting that briefing. Obviously, we'll learn a whole lot more here when that begins. Thank you so much.